Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo, and today they actually put out the patch notes for this kind of situation. So we're going to get right into it. There is a lot of shit. So when it comes to all the fixes, it's going to cost about 4 gigabytes on your console and about 500 megabytes on your PC. They are going to be saying that the PS4 and Xbox are going to be later on next week. So just get ready for that 4 gig update if you're actually on like Xbox or PS4. So we're going to get into it. Power Armor lightweight has been made brighter. So we have lighter lights, performance, several improvements which they don't really list within the generalization that could improve in-game performance. Stability, the Fallout 76 game clients and servers received additional stability improvements. Like what? So we're going to go down to balance. Charging barrel mods increase Gatling laser. I've said this, that it's either they have to increase the durability or they have to increase the damage. And they got to it. So we're going to be having Gatling laser damage improved for the actual Gatling laser. It's going to be really nice to actually see that. Maybe that thing can actually do more damage. Glowing ones. Alright, so nuking Wake Springs over and over and over again, you cannot do it anymore. So they will no longer grant 400 XP in enormous large amounts so that it can be done naturally. Glowing ones were granting larger boss XP. So it's going to be more of a grind for most of the players that are trying to get to max level. Alright, great. Crafting, lower chance of power generators of spawning fusion cores. Why? You already nerfed it. People aren't really using these kind of camps anymore anyway, because you already nerfed it already one time. It's too much already. I still like the original one where people can just do what they want and then have fun. Alright, we're going to get into it. Crafting, set a minimum components cost of workshop building requirements to steel, wood, and plastic to 2. So they're going to cost you more in order for you to fix shit. Okay, bobby pins. Reduce the weight value of the bobby pins from 0.1 to 0.001. Alright, yeah, that's kind of made sure because bobby pins should not weigh 0.1 because other things would weigh 0.1 that are so much bigger than a bobby pin. Social. Team players now receive a notification that players cannot form teams within Fallout 76. Kind of a base requirement for a improvement system. Systems, PvP. Opening player-owned lock containers will now be considered PvP action as expected. So instead of actually getting a bounty, you're going to lose even more caps in order for the PvP to be orchestrated. Bug fixes. This is going to be into a mixture of Xbox and PC generalization. Blowing up the mainframe core stations will no longer cause performance drop. Again, it's going to take you a week in order for you to actually get it. PC, infinite load. So I've had this happen a few times to me while I was actually playing, and it would just be infinitely loading while I'm trying to kill the Scorch Queen, and I would wait until my guys kill the Scorch Beast Queen so that I could actually complete the event. Then I just Alt F4 and then rejoin back. It's a big issue. So if it's still there, yeah, screw you. Crash. Fix the crash that can occur while opening the Pip-Boy. Like the base function of the game? Okay. Performance. Improve client performance when nuke viewing the nuke explode. I personally experienced this too, where even on PC that I would drop immediately down to 2 FPS. And I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this, tanking my PC? It should not be tanking my PC at all. It's a memory leak then if you're causing it to go all the way down to 2 FPS to no FPS. Performance. Fixed an issue where reading a note would cause background to freeze. So, another freeze issue. Performance. Increased performance in areas with a lot of Scorch statuses. So, again, where the Scorch Queen would be. Let's go down to even more stuff that they fixed. Systems. Fixed an issue where items could be duplicated. Now, if this is referring to the more high and mighty client crashing one that is out there, I mean, good on them, but, I mean, the damage has been done. Like, that should have been the first thing that should have been fixed, not like in a massive big patch note. They should have honestly hot fixed anytime that a new duplication kind of came out. But I mean, I digress. That's kind of what, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We'll find out as soon as we jump onto servers. PC controls. Resetting controls to default will no longer cause most activate prompts to become unusable, which is dumb. So if you were using a controller, they pretty much gave you a big old fuck you. Fixed an issue when controls in the settings menu aren't updated while connecting or disconnecting a gamepad. That sucks still. Systems fixed an issue that allowed armor mods to reduce carry weights past intended values. So again, it's the leftovers of the pocketed glitch where you were able to do it over and over again. It was still a thing, and you can still have the pocketed glitch that happens on your server, but they got rid of it because of how much has happened to that pocketed glitch itself, and it was just like, nope, you can't do it anymore. Systems rads will no longer completely be removed while dying repeatedly. Well, okay. Addresses an issue where players could load in geometry after fast travel. Personally, had this happen so many times going to my base where I'd be inside the mesh on a mountain. So systems fixed an issue where bashing an enemy with a railway rifle or a crossbow could give you an additional projectile. You forgot harpoons. Harpoons can actually do that too. Okay. So we're going to go to art and graphics, animations, lever action rifle. This is what people have complained about because of reloading. Can now only reload the correct amount of stuff. I mean, maybe it will be fixed when we get onto the servers, but this is a lot of shit that they're actually giving us effects. Consumable berry mentals now correctly show purple glowing auras around the player and creatures. Okay. Camps. Crafting level 25 armor and above now require ballistic fiber to craft, so more of a grind. Okay. Alright, so repairing. Component qualities required to repair mid to high level armor and weapons have been reduced up to 25% dev note. Repair costs scale with level. Okay. And there's room to reduce costs at higher levels. Yes, because of perk cards. Crafting. Ballistic fiber becomes a required for armor at 25 instead of previously at 20. Again, yeah, it's helping some people. Update bulk acid crafting recipe is now required to have 15 acid. So, okay. That's just a reach around fix for that. Fixed an issue that prevented players with correctly equipped perk cards from being able to craft antibiotics and disease cures. Savage Divide. Okay. Crafting. Hardened mass will no longer be scrapped. It took them that took them a while. Repairing. Overall repair costs have been lowered for both weapons and armor. Okay. So that's nice that repairing like weapons can actually be reduced. Ballistic fiber also is now a required for repairing armor at level 25 instead of... That's what you just said literally 5 lines ago, but okay. Workshops fixed an issue where enemies at the same workshop locations could spawn underground, making the workshop unclaimable. Locations include the landfill, the lakeside cabins, Sunshine Meadows. That's why nobody claimed them at all in the first place. Fix an issue where the objects, but you also made them grind more, so it's not going to be claimed in the first place. Fix an issue where the workshops would sometimes float in the air when the workshop menu was closed. Okay, I didn't know that was an issue. Destroying a hay feeder alongside a fertilizer collector will no longer prevent them from being repaired. Okay, never had the actual fertilizer collector, so not really my issue, but at the same time, it would suck. Camp. Workshops. Placing power armor workbenches on a foundation will no longer cause them to place on the floor or ceiling above. Yeah, I had that happen to me before. It was annoying. I can't really like customize my camp that way. Okay, workshops fix an issue where cause a not supported error when attempting to place a tall or short post under a roof. Okay. Blueprints fixed an issue where, with the cost of wires were not being factored in to storing blueprints. Okay. I mean, they shouldn't be really factored in the first place, but I digress. Crafting fixed an issue where certain objects aren't able to be scrapped through a stored tab. Okay. Workshops fixed an issue where certain stored item contained from claiming public workshop can't be placed again. Well, why can't you just say the certain item? Okay. Crafting fixed a visual issue of scrapping items in the menu. Fixed an issue with where mods cost less steel would display in the crafting menu. So mods cost less steel. I mean, what about the one that, like, when you scrap like a mod, that it would actually do it? Sorry about that. Daily challenges fixed several daily challenges where not being offered the same day as the dev note. These include picked wildflowers and the other daily challenges for you to actually get atoms. Daily challenges fixed an issue that prevented some wildflowers from incrementing to pick wildflowers. Why did you just mention this again? Weekly challenge fixed an issue where it would cause a weekly challenge to complete the quest in events and groups while at night. Work during the day and only recognize events. Okay. It will only do the quests in events that are completed at night. So, again, it would be annoying. Sub-challenges fixed an issue to prevent certain photo mode challenges by completing as expected, like the New Year's Day one, maybe? Maybe that one you're referring to? Enemies, robots fixed an issue that could cause robots to respawn too frequently in White Springs. You mean the thing that was causing the server to crash? How about you mention that on, like, the fixes, because they, like, were being irrefutably, like, spawning all the time, like, over and over again. That caused the server to crash at White Springs if nobody killed those said robots in White Springs. Scorched fixed an issue where the Wasteland Whisperer would affect the Scorched dev notes. Wasteland Whisperer can no longer be used to pacify a Scorched beast. Or Scorch. Shooting a Scorch in a leg will no longer break their weapon, causing them to not attack the player. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Everything's pretty killable anyway. Fixed an issue where Scorch may be invisible weapons or not appearing to fire in their weapon correctly. Yeah, like most of what people have been putting in these videos saying that you had a very buggy game where it would, like, fly like at a 45-degree angle and it would just show that you're being hit and be like oof, 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 like a Minecraft oof. I don't know. Items, weapons fixed an issue where sometimes cause plasma weapons, flamers, and flamer mods and weapons with explosive bullet mods to not damage other players or creatures, so making the weapon completely unavailable. Okay. Armor fixed an issue where it would cause an existing power armor sometimes to appear stretched, unusable, recent. Yeah, I thought you guys fixed that like last game. I guess not. Armor addressed several issues where it could prevent players from existing power armor at times to cause a Pip-Boy to become unavailable. I never had that issue because I haven't been in power armor probably about like 2 weeks. Weapons fixed and prevent the Gauss rifle from being identified as a rifle. So now rifle-related perks can be applied to the Gauss. So we can do more damage with the rifle now? I don't know. Ammo vending machines fixed an issue where the ammo vending machines were only selling repair components. That's kind of dumb, but it's kind of funny too because of how broken their game is. Weapons, legendary hunting rifles, now drop as loot. So now we're going to get legendary hunting rifles. Okay, now we can have OP like weapons with the legendary hunting rifles. That's going to be the new thing that everybody's going to dupe. Okay. Yeah, they said they fixed duping, but they probably won't do it. And probably after this video, there's going to probably be like several videos on YouTube that are going to be like, this is a way to dupe. This is a way to dupe. This is a way to dupe. And it's going to be like that. Fixed an issue where the walking cane provided many provided many resources went scrapped as it cost to craft. So you could actually get more resources from the walking cane. So I didn't know that was a thing. So I guess it was easier to dupe with like the walking cane because of that and having raw resources. Armor fixed an issue where some pocketed chest pieces were resetting players back to their base carry weight. Yeah, kind of an issue. Fixed an issue where some players can leave behind unusable chassis after existing power up. You mean the floating ghost chassis as soon as somebody leaves the server? Yeah. Magazine. Consuming Scout Life Magazine will now correctly deplete food and water stats at a slower rate. Weapons. The grenade launcher, the M79, is now considered a explosive weapon instead of a shotgun. So people were stacking and doing crazy amounts of damage with the grenade launcher. It was kind of funny. Fixed an issue where the fusion core generators were producing cores at a slower rate as intended. They're now back to 8. Then what were you saying that you were limiting the amount of fusion cores? So are we going to only have 1 inside the fusion core generator now? But then you say that you're going to have 8 cores within an hour? I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. Magazines fixed an issue of the Backwoodsman 2 to boost Tomahawk damage. Okay. I don't know why the Tomahawk was bad. Magazine fixed... No, that was... I already read that. Mirelurk eggs. Harvesting Mirelurk eggs will not result in 2 separate eggs. Okay, I guess we're having twins. No more? Okay. Weapons. Fixed an issue where several combat rifle automatic receiver mods prevented from receiving automatic rifle perk bonuses. So, they will be more powerful. Alright, weapons. Fixed an issue where multiple weapons were able to be equipped at the same time? I never even knew that was a thing. So you could have literally, like, let's say you do the bobblehead stack, like I did in my other video as a meme. And then you could equip every single weapon in your hotbar. Oh my god, you could literally burn the server. Having every weapon equipped, you might as well be doing a Kamehameha wave. Holy shit. I guess the vampire weapon mod effect now works only when hitting living targets as intended. So that glitch that they actually did not want to intend, which you were just jabbing the air with the vampire weapons, it doesn't just like restore your health. You actually have to hit shit now. It's kind of funny. But yeah. So that's a thing. Armor fixed an issue where power armor parts would display on top of previously equipped parts. So this is called armor stacking, and this was a exploit as well, where people would stack power armor and, like, let's say Assassin Sentinel from underneath, and then you would literally become a god. Okay. Weapons fixed an issue where bashing an enemy in certain weapons added a projectile to the enemies. You said this earlier. It's called the railway and crossbow. So you did fix the harpoon? I don't know. There's so many things that they've repeated in these patch notes. It's kind of like I'm like grabbing my head. I'm just face palming right now. Get a supply drop. Now we'll remove holotape once the supply crate belongs to the player that requested the supply drop. Quests. Daily missile silo request rewards are now correctly obtained once per day. So that means we're going to grind more. Okay. Line in the Sand fixed an issue where the quest Line in the Sand for the Sonic Generator already being repaired prevented the player from completing the quest. I was just talking about this yesterday with a Brotherhood of Steel member from the 76th Brotherhood. And he was just like, this is some fucking shit. Recruitment Blues fixed an issue of the objective. Find junk mail prevents player to switch worlds while completing the quest. Okay. Second helpings. The following location map markers are now available for second helpings. Perks. All right. Now we're going to get into some juicy stuff. All right. Oh, this is a lot of patch notes. Holy fucking shit. All Night Long will now decrease hunger and thirst growing at night. Overdrive. Fixed an issue where overdrive was not increasing critical chance properly. yeah, that's because people could actually glitch the critical meter. I don't think they fixed it because it doesn't say it here. Quack Surgeon no longer allows reviving hostile players. That's kind of funny. Strange in Numbers effects now scale properly to multiple teammates with and without mutations. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Refractor fixed an error where the rank Refractor is doubling energy resistance instead of plus 20 as indicated on the perk card. Fireproof now reduces explosion and flame damage per rank. So people are going to be equipping Fireproof in PvP mode because it actually introduces explosion and flame attack damage. Okay, let's see about that. Happy Camper now functions correctly whether the player is inside or outside a camp when a perk conditions are refreshed. Butcher's Bounty fixed an issue that allowed Butcher's Bounty perk to trigger again already to search containers. I mean, you literally can do that with anything, including the Super Duper and like Pharma and a bunch of other ones. So, I mean, you can literally just go out and in. So, they didn't fix that from what I can hear on these patch notes. Homebuddy perk now works as intended when at a public workshop. Okay. Party Boy and Party Girl now affects active alcohol effects on the player. Okay. PvP. Very short. Team players can no longer unfairly block an attacking player when that player attempts to overtake a workshop. Your teammate will enter PvP. Yeah, I was kind of abusing that a little bit sometimes because I was seeing the extent. I mean, I'm probably going to make a meme PvP video of it. Turrets at a workshop will now attack players the workshop owner is engaged with in PvP. I mean, yeah. Okay. Social system blocking a player now also mutes their proximity chat. Okay. You can still block their instance anyway because then you can abuse that system still. Trade fixed an issue where players could view other players' inventory before they could respond. Okay, this is because if you like spammed offers only, you could actually be able to see somebody's inventory. So, I mean, nobody's inventory is safe. We are the next trading one. We no longer let trades occur before the requested player is consistent to trade. The trading glitch that everybody was talking about, which not that many people were putting on YouTube. I did not know of how to do this personally, but I've only heard rumors of it and knew how to prevent it, which is to keep the weapon outside of your actually being in your inventory, and you have to de-equip all of your weapons in the Pip-Boy. Trade fixed an exploit where the cap limit of 5,000 in a player-to-player trade could be removed. You mean the mod? There was a mod for that so that you can do a 25k trade. So it's an exploit now that a mod was? Because there was a mod thing that you can actually set it to 25k caps. Are you talking about that we're fucking with modders now? I mean, you're already fucking with most of the community, so. Sound. Chat fixed an issue where the voice chat could not always function properly upon existing Atomic Shop. Okay. I don't know that there was a Atomic Shop chat. User interface. General. Players no longer will receive a pop-up on the Atomic Shop respawning for the first time. Yes, annoying. We don't want to buy your shit. Okay. PC resolution. So, perk pack opening on the screen now extends to 21:9. So you didn't fix all your 29:9 aspect ratios yet? I thought you fixed it. PC FOV fixed an issue with scope weapon zooming incorrectly in default field of view setting has been changed. So in 21:9, I'll know if anybody in this has actually been seeing 29:9, but it's just like this is a lot of shit. Fix an issue where PvP prompt could appear repeatedly on the same player engaged in combat to each other. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of patch notes. And honestly, some were definitely needed, but why are we getting a nerf buff to fusion core generators? I can understand fixing most of these exploits. What about this vault thing that we're going to be dealing with? Where's this DLC that we're talking about? Because this looks like this game is still broken in a lot of ways, and I'm still gonna have fun with it, but I'm just like, dude, like, this is a lot. Like, I can guarantee you within, like, as soon as the servers are back up, people are going to find another dupe method immediately. And if they don't hotfix it, like, just like the other ones that they haven't hotfixed, and we're just like, oh, okay, yeah, we don't have to worry about the duplication. We should definitely fix it. So, yeah. So I think they have a detection for duplication. So kind of what was on the rumors of Reddit was that if you duplicate too many items, that there is a server-side detector, and it would ban you now. So probably that. But honestly, I would let somebody actually do testing. I'm not going to do testing on my stuff because I don't want to risk my stuff as well. I never tried to do duping anyway in the first place, even though people want to be like, you're a synth! Synths are related to dupers in the game, and nobody likes talking about them, and everybody's going to consider that, and your grandmother, your father, and your mother's a synth because they are duping. Yeah, but that's going to be a thing. But this is a long readout of everything else. Hopefully they actually put some better questions for what it is, because right now I'm bored between, like, finding more stuff in the actual Reddit pages to see, oh, what weapon don't I have in my stuff? Or I'm going to be, like, just doing PvP because I did literally everything. So, I mean, that's how it is what it is. And honestly, if you guys like this whole readout for everybody that's hearing me over the phone, computer, or what have you, just listen to me. Just make sure that you don't watch me while you drive, because that's dangerous, because there's a lot of fucking patch notes. If you're watching me at work, make sure your boss doesn't actually look out for where I'm at, and have a good one, guys. Ah, shit, this is a lot of patch notes.